There are a lot of times that we actually judge people unknowingly, knowingly. Is it right for us to make assumptions about people we don't know, or even when we know them, based on a certain situation, based on a certain decision they have taken? To know more about this topic, please continue watching. Hello everyone, this is Cal, your pal, and today's topic is stop judging, start living. So, what I mean by this topic is, it's human nature to have these judgmental thoughts. We have the ability to think. So, sometimes we don't have control over our thoughts, and I'm not saying we don't have control. But it's just human tendency to judge everything or to have opinions about everything in life. I always say that it's good to be curious and less judgmental, or don't be judgmental at all. But of course, it's like something which is impossible. Like sometimes I might do it unknowingly, judging someone, and I don't like that part of me if I'm doing that. So let's just take an instance like I'm not a fan of gossip. I seriously don't like gossiping about other people. If I'm talking to a friend of mine, I would rather talk to that person about himself, or I would rather talk about myself and just life in general. I would not like to discuss other people. Yes, maybe if we have a common friend, and it's fine to know something, like something new about that person, but that's it. I don't want to sit there and gossip about that friend and analyze what they are doing in life, whether it's their current relationship, whether it's their work decision, because my response is usually it's their life, it's their decision. If they're happy about it, let them live their life. I mean, I would rather discuss that. If I feel like discussing it, I would rather discuss it with that particular friend of mine and what I think about it, but not with someone else. Like I have always been this curious person since my childhood. I was not like talkative. I may have mentioned this, that I was shy. Of course, I became more interactive and confident later on. Socially, I think I'm still awkward. I avoid too much of crowd. I avoid social situations. That's just me. So what I was saying is, I am curious, and I would rather ask questions to get to know that person, whoever I'm talking to, whether it's my relationship, whether it's a friend. But based on that, if I'm judging that person, that is wrong. Because you never know why that person has taken that decision. You don't know their past. You don't know what went through their mind, what they have gone through in life. Another thing is, we use sometimes these information, mistakes of people's past in winning arguments. I tend to do that. I'm guilty of it, and I know I should not do that. That is completely wrong. But I think I do that only when I feel that someone is attacking me and my life choices or my decisions, or personally attacking me, whether it's related to my work or whether it is in my personal relationships. I was like thinking about this, saying that I have a certain level of integrity, and I tend to judge people who are not the same way, and who are not morally, or I don't know how to say it, like very much righteously, following things which according to everyone else, people say this is right, this is wrong. So I tend to judge people on the basis of that, because I feel, oh, this person is not behaving in a righteous way or morally which is acceptable according to me. Again, I feel that is something I need to work on. and I should not judge someone else's life because I feel that okay, I am doing this a certain way, I am probably more honest, or I am like this, I am like that, and someone else is not living their life that way. uh, I should probably not expect that. So again, that is also me being judgmental. Another point I want to discuss is about being too harsh or critical about yourself also. Sometimes we just tend to overanalyze things, and we tend to focus more on criticizing ourselves, or looking at situations which uh, probably have happened for the good, but then you start blaming yourself, or you're like, okay, this, I'm not probably good at this, I'm not like this, instead of actually focusing on things which have probably come out for good. The outcome has been good. Now that happens only when you rationally think, or when you actually focus on the positives. Only then you will stop being too harsh on yourself, because when you start loving yourself, and when you start being less judgmental on yourself and trying to see on the positives more, and if you want to work on the negatives, it's fine, but constantly criticizing yourself, or constantly being unhappy with yourself, is not going to do any good. Another point I would like to say is, um, this is very, I don't know, it's not something I want to mention, but I just want to mention because this happened like a few days back. I don't know if I mentioned this in my previous video also, and it was for an event that this actress wore a little revealing dress, and people went crazy on this, some of the social media, on YouTube and stuff. People were basically judging her and calling her a whore. She should be ashamed of herself for wearing something like that. Now that is like you're being judgmental again. And this happens a lot, at least in India, I know that much. I give examples about India because this is where I have lived all my life. So I have not like traveled everywhere to actually get to know uh, people from other countries. Thanks to, yes, social media and stuff, I have made friends who are not from India also. But this is where I can talk more about Indians specifically, because that's where I've lived, or people from here. Judging people based on clothes, a hairstyle, based on religion, based on religious beliefs, based on what they wear, based on the kind of lifestyle they live. We tend to do that so often. It's like, I don't know, it's like in our DNA or something. And that's something I don't like. Because you don't know that person, and just based on all these things, you are making assumptions. One more point I would like to say is, if you have friends who are overtly critical about everything, I have mentioned this, I think, once in my school days video or something, that I actually had to leave my whole group of girls in my last year of school because of this thing which I had to face. They were overtly critical about a lot of things about me, plus their views, this thing about this Indian thing, which I was talking about, judging people on the basis of religion, and this really narrow-minded view about people based on that, or on the basis of what they wear. And of course, I was someone who was kind of always ahead of times, I feel. That's the reason I did not have a lot of friends in school, and especially women, I don't know. I just wish that girls, everywhere, women, would please stop being bitches. Like, please. Because I genuinely, being a woman, I'm not that kind of woman who's going to talk bad about someone. Oh, she's such a bitch, she's such a whore for wearing something, for doing this thing, for... I'm not going to do that. That is just me, and I wish that every woman, please, like, we need each other. Please start supporting each other and stop being bitchy. You don't have anything good to say, please just shut up. Alright, so I was talking about friends who are overtly critical, and yes, I had to actually leave that group. And I imagine being alone in the last year of your school. It's not easy, but I took that decision. Sometimes it's so important to just stay alone rather than being surrounded by such people. If you have friends who are always criticizing, always judging you, they are not your friends. And I don't know, you can talk to them about it, or you can just leave respectfully, because I have done that. As I've grown older, my circle of close friends has just become smaller and smaller. Because as you get older and wiser, you start becoming, mostly, hopefully, becoming more and more your true authentic selves, more mature, more calmer, and more aware of who you are, and you don't want anyone to disturb that peace. So yes, get rid of such people. To sum up the whole video, I know this was like a hodgepodge of things because I seriously did not sit and make like proper points. It was almost like I had to say these things because I was like thinking about this since a week. I had some other topics also. I wanted to make you guys laugh, but you know what? Sometimes it's important to talk about these things also, and even if it might seem boring to some people, but I guess I wanted to speak about this topic because we sometimes subconsciously also try to get too judgmental about things. So yes, please stop being too judgmental about things, not even to yourself, to others, whether it's your work environment, whether it's your friends, whether it's in your relationships. Communication is again very important. If you don't understand why someone is behaving a certain way, talk to them, get to know them. And I think by accepting that people are going to be like that, by accepting a certain things about you also, and having a lot of clarity, and just letting everyone just be, that's how you're going to have a little bit of peace of mind. So guys, I hope you like this video. I hope it makes sense. What do you have to say about this video? Please comment below and let me know. Do you think being judgmental or being too critical is like a good thing? I mean, I don't think so. Like having opinions and trying to like all the time push that on people, it's not right. I also struggle with this thing that sometimes I want to kind of save people. According to me, oh, they're doing wrong, oh, they are living their life in a wrong way, and I tend to like want to correct people, but it's just sometimes just feel like banging my head on the wall because they will probably realize it someday, or they'll just continue living the way they want to. I cannot help everyone. So yes, if you want, you can share this video with your friends, and please subscribe because I'm going to continue making 2 videos every week. And yes, if you want to check out my last video, it's somewhere here. Until next time, it's bye bye from me. Take care.